Good day and welcome to our daily news roundup on the Nightly TV. I am Michael Gabardia. Here are our top stories. Tinubu approved 28,000 army recruits expand division to 12. Osun polls Accord party police clash over officers' neutrality. Federal government warns subsidized imports threaten Nigerians' agriculture. And on the foreign scene, Ebola death toll in Congo tops 1,000. And talking sport, Falcons beat Tanzania in final WAFCON warm-up match. Now to the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the expansion of the Nigerian Army from 8 to 12 divisions and authorized the recruitment of 28,000 additional personnel to strengthen national security. According to the presidency, 4 new divisional headquarters will be established in Maduguri, Ilorin, Jalingo, and Benin City to improve command, border security, and response to security threats across the country. Now, the expansion will be implemented in 2 phases, with the first expected to be completed by September 2026 and the second by December 2026. Now, the presidency says the plan also includes improved military equipment, troop welfare, and operational readiness. President Tinubu commended the Chief of Armed Staff and military personnel for their service, reaffirming his administration's commitment to building a well-equipped and effective armed forces capable of tracking the nation's or dealing with the nation's security challenges. The Legal Practitioners Privilege Committee has approved the evaluation of 68 legal practitioners to the prestigious rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Now, the decision was taken at the committee's plenary meeting chaired by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Eko. The successful candidates include 67 advocates and 1 academic, Professor Nnamdi Onyeka. The committee says all successful applicants must complete a mandatory induction program before they are formally conferred with the SAN rank. It also warned recipients against publishing congratulatory advertisement or goodwill messages stating that violations could attract sanction. The swearing-in ceremony for the new senior advocate is scheduled for October 12, 2026. The SAN title remains the highest professional distinction for legal practitioners and academics in Nigeria. Talking politics, the Accord Party and the Osun State Police Command have exchanged accusations over the neutrality of the security personnel ahead of the August 15 governorship election. Now, the Accord Party alleged that the police are shielding suspected political thugs while targeting members of rival groups through selective arrest. The party called on the Inspector General of Police to order in to be an impartial investigation into recent election-related violence. The Osun State Police Command has denied the allegation, insisting that its operations are professional, impartial, and based on credible intelligence rather than political influences. Police spokesperson Abiodun Ojelabi said several suspects have been arrested and charged where sufficient evidence existed, adding that investigation into other reported incidents are ongoing as security agents work to ensure a peaceful election. Still talking politics, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babache Lawan, has urged Nigerians not to support former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in the 2027 presidential elections, accusing him of playing ethnic politics. Lawan alleged that Atiku was behind moves to replace the African Democratic Congress governorship candidate in Adamawa State, Suleiman Umar, with Tuko Modibu, despite Umar emerging from the party's primaries. Atiku has denied the allegation, describing them as false and also baseless. His media office said the former vice president had no involvement in any attempt to change the party's governorship candidate in Adamawa. Statement also maintained that the ADC remains committed to internal democracy and due process, urging party members and the public to disregard what it called attempts to create division within the party. Now, talking business, the federal government has warned that subsidized imports and global trade distortions are threatening Nigeria's agricultural sector, calling for stronger collaboration to protect local food production. Now, speaking in Abuja, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Bakar Bagudu, said government, the private sector, and also development partners must work together to build a more resilient agri-food system. He noted that rising fertilizer and energy costs, as well as unfair trade practices, continue to put pressure on local farmers. Bagudu said that the Tinubu administration remains committed to using agriculture to drive economic growth, reduce poverty, and also strengthen food security through institutional reforms, increase investment, and science-driven farming. The minister also highlighted ongoing efforts to improve agriculture financing, land development, and climate-smart farming, expressing confidence that coordinated action would help transform Nigeria's food system and boost long-term economic prosperity. Now, the United States has imposed a 12.5% tariff on imports from Nigeria under a new trade policy targeting countries accused of failing to block goods produced with forced labor. The Office of the United States Trade Representative also gave indications that measures will affect 60 economics and follows investigation into countries' effort to prevent forced labor in global supply chains. Nigeria was placed in the higher tariff category, while countries such as India, Malaysia, and the United Kingdom received a lower 10% rate after adopting or committing to import bans on forced labor goods. The United States said the tariffs are intended to encourage stronger enforcement against forced labor and will exempt certain products, including critical raw materials and goods that could disrupt domestic supply chain. The new tariff follows investigation launched earlier this year and is part of broader U.S. trade policy aimed at strengthening labor standards among its trading partners. With that business news, we need to go on a break now, but when we come back, more news as it concerns the foreign scene and the ever-exciting world of sports. Join us.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. The Ebola outbreak in Democratic Republic of Congo has claimed more than 1,000 lives, reaching the grim milestone nearly 3 times faster than the 2014 to the 2016 epidemic. Health officials said the rapid spread of the virus has raised concerns about the effectiveness of containment efforts, with communities continuing to face significant health risks. Authorities and international health agencies are stepping up surveillance, treatment, and vaccination campaigns in a bid to contain the outbreak and prevent further loss of life. Now, the latest figures underscores the urgency of strengthening public health measures as Congo battles one of its deadliest Ebola outbreaks in recent years. Still on the foreign scene, Israeli forces have carried out fresh attacks in southern Lebanon despite an existing ceasefire agreement and ongoing talks aimed at ending the conflict. The Lebanese state media says Israeli troops struck the town of al-Masuri and carried out explosions in nearby Madal Zuna. A separate strike on an ambulance on Thursday reportedly injured 2 medics, with Lebanese health ministry condemning the attack as a violation of international law. Israel says its operations are aimed at preventing attacks by Hezbollah, but Lebanese authorities accuse it of continuing military action despite a ceasefire framework brokered by the United States. Meanwhile, Lebanese and Israeli officials are expected to resume talks in Italy on August the 4th to discuss implementation of the agreement, even as Hezbollah rejects the deal and insists on continued armed resistance until Israeli forces withdraw from southern Lebanon. And talking sport, Nigerian Super Falcons wrapped up preparations for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations with a 2-1 victory over Tanzania in an international friendly. Captain Rashidat Ajibade opened the scoring for Nigeria in the first half before Tanzania equalized ahead of the break. Esther Okonkwo then netted a late winner to seal victory for the 9-time African champions. The friendly gave head coach Justin Madugu a final opportunity to assess the squad and fine-tune tactics ahead of the tournament in Morocco. The win provides a confident boost for the Super Falcons as they begin their quest for a record-extending 11th WAFCON title. And still talking sport, Newcastle United and Liverpool are paid tribute to football legend Kevin Keegan before their Premier League season opener at St. James Park following his death at the age of 75. The two clubs are working with supporters and the Premier League to honor the former England captain ahead of their August 23rd fixture. Newcastle says plans include a special pre-match tribute, while fans groups are helping to shape the event. Keegan enjoyed a glittering career with both clubs, winning both trophies with Liverpool before leading Newcastle back to the Premier League as manager and guiding the club to a memorable second-place finish at the 1995-1996 season. Newcastle has also announced black armbands, a minute silence, and a 7-minute tribute during pre-season matches. Keegan, who also managed England, Fulham, and Manchester City, died after battling stage 4 cancer. He is widely regarded as one of English football's greatest figures, remembered for his outstanding achievement as both a player and a manager. Our heart is with the family. But now let's quickly go check what the weather will look like for major cities across Nigeria today.